Ugly scenes unfold as Nosiviwe Nqakula's husband attempts to stop search of her in Ndumba. Ugly scenes unfold as Nosiviwe Nqakula's husband attempts to stop search of her in Ndumba. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones Waina TV. Please subscribe. A contentious confrontation between law enforcement officials and Charles Nqakula, the spouse of Parliament Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula, unfolded this week as he allegedly obstructed the authorities from searching her in Ndumba, a sacred Sangoma Sahat, during a raid on their residence. According to reports, chaos ensued when members of the National Prosecuting Authorities Investigating Directorate ID descended on Mapisa Nqakula's Bruma residence located east of Johannesburg, armed with a search and seizure warrant. The purpose of the raid was to procure potentially incriminating documents and items suspected to be proceeds of criminal activities. Former Minister of Defense Charles Nqakula purportedly intervened to prevent authorities from accessing the Ndumba, leading to a tense standoff between law enforcement officials and himself. The Ndumba, a significant cultural and spiritual space, is traditionally off limits to outsiders without explicit permission or authorization. The incident has sparked widespread debate and raised questions about the limits of legal authority when it intersects with cultural and spiritual practices. While law enforcement agencies maintained that they were acting within the confines of the law, critics argue that cultural sensitivities and respect for sacred spaces should have been considered. As the situation continues to unfold, it remains to be seen how authorities and cultural leaders will navigate this delicate intersection between law enforcement and traditional beliefs. Someone commented and said, "Why didn't they arrest him for obstructing justice, defeating the ends of justice, stopping police to do their job? As long as there is wrongdoing, justice must prevail. We don't care you who. I will be smiling the day the step aside rule kicks in. July unrest enablers." Another one commented and said, "Cultural what? Seafood. They can hide the incriminating evidence in that place if they were able to siphon millions. These all the people we trust so much, all ANC people are criminals." Another one commented and said, "What happened finally? Did they get access to enter the Ndumba? Quite fascinating. This aspect where the indigenous customary law is in conflict with the civil law. Let's hear it." Another one commented and said, "There is nothing wrong by teaching in sacramental places if you implicated in misconduct, because that's the safest place to hide your wrongdoing endeavors. It's so secret, but they corrupt. What secret is there when you as a person is soliciting in bribes for your own personal gain? Sick, very sick and heartless people. Didn't they know whatever you do in the dark, it always comes to light? Darkness will never overcome the light." Another one commented and said, "When his wife took bribery during her tenure as a minister, she didn't think that there is Ndumba in a yard. Law enforcement must do their job. What is there are documents she hidden in Indumba. Another one commented and said, ha ha ha, witchcraft and witches, it's getting more and more intriguing. Another one commented and said, the law supersede anything, so you hide behind cultural beliefs for your criminal activities, so these people are above the law. Another one commented and said, I remember when President Jacob Zuma said someone has painted the ANC with a corruption brush. Another one commented and said, the other shall follow, especially Nomvula. Another one commented and said, she's not special. She's just like any other ordinary thief who committed crimes. Another one commented and said, cause he knows everything about his wife's corruption. Another one commented and said, they should have remembered that their Indumba needs to be confidential before they stole. Another one commented and said, they should have proceeded to search the disgusting Indumba. Another one commented and said, yeah, the cultural health and other things come into play when they driven into a corner. They just low-life criminals. Looking at another news, police clash with ANC bigwig husband Charles Nqakula. In a dramatic turn of events, tensions fled between law enforcement officials and Charles Nqakula, husband of Speaker of Parliament Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula, during a raid at their residence earlier this week. The raid, conducted by members of the National Prosecuting Authorities Investigating Directorate ID, sought to uncover incriminating documents and items suspected to be proceeds of crimes. According to reports, armed with a search and a seizure warrant, the ID descended on Mapisa Nqakula's home in Bruma, situated in the east of Johannesburg, on Tuesday. Their target, a sacred Sangoma Sahad referred to as Indumba, believed to hold crucial evidence pertinent to their investigation. However, chaos erupted as Charles Nqakula allegedly attempted to obstruct the authorities from searching the Indumba. Eyewitnesses described a scene fraught with tension as Nqakula and law enforcement officials engaged in a standoff, highlighting the intensity of the situation. The incident underscores the gravity of the investigation, which appears to have ensnared the upper echelons of South Africa's political elite. As the spouse of the Speaker of Parliament, Nqakula's involvement in the altercation adds a layer of complexity to an already contentious situation. While the exact nature of the documents and items sought by the ID remains undisclosed, speculation abounds regarding their potential relevance to ongoing probes into alleged criminal activities. The raid signals a significant development in the pursuit of justice, with authorities evidently leaving no stone unturned in their quest for accountability. In response to inquiries about the incident, representatives from the National Prosecuting Authority reaffirmed their commitment to upholding the rule of law and conducting thorough investigations without fear or favor. As the saga unfolds, all eyes remain fixed on the outcome of the investigation and any subsequent legal proceedings. For now, the clash between police and Charles Nqakula serves as a stark reminder of the challenges inherent in navigating the intersection of power, privilege, and justice in contemporary South Africa. Someone commented and said, Charles must be arrested for exchange argument with police officers. Another one commented and said he must be charged for obstructing the law enforcement agencies. It's not above law. The police officers must do their work in the order of the court. So if Childs, the husband of corrupt Speaker of Parliament, is not to obey the law, the police have no choice. They must arrest him for obstructing justice system. No one is above the law. The NPA, they do their work, and it's the law enforcement agencies. Finish and clear. Another one commented and said he must be arrested ngokuphazamisa ingalo yomthetho. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones. Why not TV? Please subscribe. Bye for now till we meet again next time. Subscribe.
Indeed. As you can see, we are not missing a beat on this story and many others, and we'll certainly make sure to give you an update as soon as there's any other major developments there in Bruma and anywhere else in the world. You're in safe company on the agenda. We'll be right back.
In the Eastern Cape, it also remember that Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula and Charles Nqakula are seemingly also very close to the Watson brothers and the Watson family, dating back to the struggle days. But we can confirm that Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, is inside her home here in Bruma. You can see this blue light convoy, which is her protectors in this black German machine. And also in the house itself, you can also see another vehicle parked in reverse, which is another German machine, which usually ferries and transports and guards the Speaker of the National Assembly. So her two vehicles, the main vehicle and the backup vehicle, this one outside, the black German machine, they are stationed here at the home residence. She has not gone anywhere. As we did break earlier on,